Alright, let's go ahead and do math start in the course, 123 questions, 070620, 100 to 123. So let's graph this, but first let's do the graph of y equals x squared. So x squared, hit graph, looks like that. Now the new one's x squared minus 7, so go back in there, put x squared minus 7, hit graph. Second goes down there, so up here, then down there. And domain is negative infinity, infinity, and the range goes from the bottom, which is 0, negative 7 this way. So negative infinity, infinity is left and right, domain. Range is from negative 7 to infinity. And the axis of symmetry is x equals 0 right here, right in the middle. Alright, next question. We have x squared plus 3. So let's do that, the original one first. X squared. And hit the graph on that. There it is. This one here. Now let's put the new one. Second one, we'll just put it right there. X squared plus 3. And hit graph. And there's the second one, it's up here. So first one and the second one. Now, domain, infinity, infinity. And this one goes to 0, 3. So from 3, the bottom is 3 to infinity. So infinity, infinity, 3 that way. So 3 to positive infinity is the domain and the range. Axis symmetry is x equals 0 right there. Alright. So this one, let's go ahead and do the old one first, x squared. Put it there, x squared, graph. There it is right there. So now the new one is going to have to be, it's going to be x minus 8 squared. So let's put it in there. So we're going to go x minus 8 squared, graph, first one, and then that one gets shifted to the right over there. So right there, and domain, infinity, infinity, range from 0 this way, from 0 to infinity, and x equals 8 is the axis symmetry. X plus 1 squared plus 1. Okay. Let's put the original problem in there. So, x squared, hit graph. There it is. So now let's put the new one. The new one is going to be x plus 1 squared, x plus 1 squared plus 1, hit graph. So it's shifted to the left and up a little bit, this way and up. So you can use trace again to get some numbers if you want. So now it's going to go to the left, up 1, and axis symmetry is x equals negative 1. And domain is infinity, infinity, ranges from 1 to infinity. Also the vertex is right there. It's also a minimum. That's the vertex right there. G of x equals 4x squared. Okay, let's just put that in there. So we're going to go 4x squared, hit graph. There it is. So it's just a line. It's just a curve going like this. Domain is infinity, infinity. Range is from 0 this way. Vertex is right there. 0, 0. Vertex right there. Negative 8x squared. Let's put it in there. So we're going to put negative 8x squared. Hit graph. There it is. It's upside down like this. Go like that. And it's going to be negative infinity, infinity. Vertex right there, it's going to be 0, 0. So it's going to go axis symmetry is x equals 0. Domain, negative infinity, infinity. Range is from negative infinity all the way to 0 right there. Stops. Domain. Range goes stops right there. So negative infinity to what? 0. More complicated graph. Okay, so let's do this one here. Negative 3 parentheses x plus 4 squared, okay, plus 2. And then we'll hit graph. Alright, so it goes left, upside down, some points for it. So let's go next page, part 2. So it's going to go like this. So on the left side, it's going to go over here, shift it, and the vertex is going to be negative 4 and 2. Upside down, it's going to be a max. This is a max. Axis symmetry is x equals negative 4. Domain, negative infinity, infinity. And the range is from negative infinity all the way to where? 2. From negative infinity to where? 2. It stops right there. Negative infinity, negative infinity to 2 stops right there for the range. More complicated, huh? Alright. So let's put this in our graphing calculator. 1/2. Let's put parentheses 1 divided by 2. Parentheses x minus 4 squared minus 6. So now we have all this graph. So this one goes over here somewhere on the right. Okay, so let's put it in. Let's look at the part 2 of it. There it is, down here somewhere. Alright, so we have trace if you want to find some points on there, more points. But we have domain, infinity, infinity. We have y-intercept right there. And we have the vertex right there, 4, negative 6, and it's a min. So the axis symmetry is right there. X equals what? 4. Domain, range, and then axis symmetry right there, 4. Shift. So y equals f of x, original problem. What happens when you go f of x plus 2? So this graph right here, what's going to happen to it is it's going to get pushed up. So there's the original problem, so it's going to go what? Up. How many spaces? 2 spaces. So 2 there, 2 there, 2 there, add 2 to all these numbers here, they're going to give you these numbers here. Add 2, add 2, add 2, add 2, add 2, you're going to get these points right there. It goes up. This one, y equals f of x, there it is. Find f of x minus 3. It's going to do the opposite of this. It's going to shift to the what? Right 3 spaces. So this graph right here is going to go where? To the right 3 spaces, that way. So it's going to go to the right. So to these numbers here, add 3, add 3, add 3, add 3, add 3, get you to the new points right there. Once you add 3 to first one, first one, first one, first one, first one, you get this. Shift from there to the right. This one has 2 things going on. F of x minus 1 plus 2. Minus 1 is going to go shift to the right 1 space. And this is going to go push the graph up 2 spaces. To the right 1, up 2 spaces. There's a graph. So it's going to go where? To the right 1, and then up 2 spaces. Right, up. So what you're going to do is you're going to add 1 to all these numbers here. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And then you're going to add 2 to all these numbers. 2, 2, 2, 2. You're going to get these new points. That's going to go this way and up. 6.331 does that. Find f of 11. Put 11 in there. 11 and put 11 there. Work it out on your TI-84, whatever graphing calculator. You're going to get 44,045.0. if you round it. F of 23, put 23 in there for all the x's, put it in the calculator. You get 265,815, even you round it, of course. Another graph. Let's put it in the machine, of course. Alright, let's see. X squared minus 8x plus 7. X squared minus 8x plus 7, hit graph. There it is. So it goes on this side somewhere. Do a trace if you want to get some points like 0, 7 and so on. But anyway, here's our graph. And we know that it's going to be domain is infinity, infinity. We have 1, 0, x-intercept, 7, 0, x-intercept. Y-intercept is 0, 7. Vertex is 4, negative 9. So now domain is infinity, infinity. Range starts where? From right there, goes up. So the range goes from negative 9 to where? Positive infinity. Axis of symmetry is x equals 4 right there. Now the graph, put it in the calculator, of course. So let's put it in the calculator. X squared minus 6x minus 7. Hit graph. So it goes over here somewhere. That's okay. You know what? Let's change the range a little bit. How about negative 18, 18? Let's see if that helps. Yep, that helps. Alright, so the graph goes over here somewhere. Trace, get some points in there if you want to. So now, this one. Negative 1, 0, x-intercept, 7, 0, x-intercept, 0 and negative 7, y-intercept. Vertex is 3 and negative 16. Vertex, it's a min. So now, axis symmetry is x equals 3. So domain, negative infinity, infinity. And the range is from where? From negative 16 to infinity. Negative 16 to infinity. Axis symmetry, x equals 3. Another graph. Alright. So, let's go ahead and put it in a calculator. Sure, why not? Negative, okay. So let's put it in there. You have negative x squared minus 4x plus 5. Alright, so hit graph. There it is. So it goes this way. Okay, again, you can do trace if you want. Find some spots on there. So now, negative 5, 0, x-intercept. 1, 0, x-intercept. 0 and 5 is a y-intercept. And negative 2 and 9 is the vertex or max. So now, domain, negative infinity, infinity. And the range goes from negative infinity to there, to the 9. So it goes from negative infinity to the 9 and stops right there. Axis symmetry is x equals what? Negative 2. Domain, negative infinity, infinity. Range, negative infinity to 9. And the axis symmetry, x equals negative 2. Another graph. So alright, let's do it on the calculator, of course. X squared minus 2x plus 11. X squared minus 2x plus 11. Hit graph. Okay, it's up here somewhere. Okay, again, you can do trace, get some numbers for it. So, this time the graph is up here. So we have vertex 110 and some other points. So now y-intercept is right there, vertex is right there. So that domain is infinity, infinity. Range is from where? From 10 to infinity. Infinity, infinity, from 10 to infinity. Axis symmetry is right there. X equals what? 1. Another graph. Okay. So let's go from there. Negative 11x squared, negative 11, this one here, x squared minus 22x, hit graph. There it is. So it goes over here somewhere on this side. You can do a trace again, get some points in there if you want. Alright, back to this problem here. So now we have negative 2, 0, x-intercept, 0, 0. It's an x-intercept and a y-intercept both. And right there it goes up to negative 111. So this is a vertex, the max. So the domain is negative infinity, infinity, keeps going. Range is from what? Negative infinity to 11. Negative infinity to 11 stops right there. Axis symmetry is right there. X equals what? Negative 1. So domain, negative infinity, infinity. Range is negative infinity, stops right there, 11. Axis symmetry, x equals negative 1. This one. Let's find the max of this. So what you do is you put A, B, and C, put them in there. Negative 128 this over that. Divide these two numbers is 4. F of 4 is 4 times 4 is 16 times that is 16 times negative 16 is 256 negative 512. 512 minus that is 256. So at 4 you get 256. This is the max right here. So the max of this is that, and it's just a graph that goes like this. So a parabola like this, and what is the max right there? At 4, 256. That's what it is. 4 to the x power. Put some numbers in there. Negative 2, 1 over 4 squared. 4 times 4 is 1 over 16. 4 negative 1 is 1 over 4 to the 1, 1 over 4. 4 to 0 is 1. 4 to the 1 is 4. 4 to the second. 4 times 4 is 16. Put these numbers in here. So negative 2 is 1/16, 1/4, and at 0 is 1. And then at 1 it's up 4. And then at 2 it's up 16. So it goes from this way. Now, y-intercept right there, 0, 1. Horizontal means right here. It never goes below that. Y equals 0. Domain, negative infinity, infinity. And the range goes from higher than 0, 0 that way. Can we put it in a calculator? Sure, let's do that right now. 4 to the x. So 4 power x. Hit graph. There it is. Goes this way, up. This way. 1/5 to the x power. 1/5 to negative 2 is negative negative. 5 to the negative 1 up here. 2, that's going to be 2, 25. 5 to negative 1, put the negative 1, negative 1, 1, 5. 5. 1, anything to 0, 1. 1/5 to the 1 is just that. And 1/5 to the 2 is just 1/5, 1/5, 125. Put the numbers in there. So at negative 2 is 25. At negative 1 is up 5. At 0 is up 1. And then the other numbers right here. So it goes this way. So now y-intercept 0, 1. Horizontal, y equals 0. Domain, negative infinity, infinity. Range is bigger than 0. Can you put it in a calculator? Of course we can. Let's do it. So 1 divided by 5 to the power of x. And hit graph. There it goes. Okay, like this. Y equals 260,000, 1.06 to the x. Put 11 in there. So you're going to get this number to the power of 11. Put this in your calculator. Run it. You're going to get this number, or you can round it off. Do it in the calculator? Sure. Let's do that right now. So 260,000, how many zeros? 4 zeros. Parentheses 1.06 to the power of what? 11. Enter it. You get that number right there. 493,557, 65, 52, and you can round it out to 494,000. Another formula, compound interest. There's the numbers. Put it in the formula. Put these numbers in here, And that's 24, so we have this number to that to the power of 24. Put it in the calculator. Sure, let's do that right now. So we're going to have 6,000 parentheses 1 plus 0.08 divided by 12 to the power of 24. And I guess that looks good. So we got 70373275.9. Yep. So from there we can round it off to 7037.33. Graph. Okay, put the numbers in there. Put -2. Negative, positive, it's going to be 25. -1. Negative, it's going to be positive 1, 5. To 0, it's just 1. 5 to the -1 is 1 over 5 to the -1, rewrite it, 1/5. 5 to the -2 is going to be 5 to the -2, rewrite it, 5 squared, 5 5 is 25, 1 over 25. So we have at -2, 25, at -1, 5, 0 up 1, 1 up 1/5, 2 up 1/25, it goes this way. Domain, infinity, infinity, range is from 0 up, the y-intercept is 0, 1 right here. And the horizontal asymptote is y equals 0 right there. Doesn't go below that. Can we put it in the calculator? Yes, of course. Put it in the machine. 5 to the -x. So 5 to the power of -x. Graph. There it is. Starts here, goes down. Starts here, goes down. Write the 5 terms of each sequence, whose general term is this. So add 1, put 1 in there. 5 times 1 is 5, and that is 8. 5 times 2 is 10, and 3 is that. 5 times 3 is 15, and 3 is that. 5 times 4 is 20, and 3 is 23. 5 times 5 is 25, plus 3 is 28. Start with the formula, put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in that formula. You're going to get these answers right here. Okay? Thanks, that's it. It's the end. Good luck.